Look, today I got two hoodlums with me. Yes, you're a hoodlum. That's what you are, a hooligan. Hey everybody, Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoors, and today we're going to try a little experiment with the VOGTLAND shooting method. I was out on one of the traditional archery forums that I love to be on Facebook, and one guy wrote in to say, my girlfriend shoots right-handed but is left eye dominant. What can she do? And people were trying to give all kinds of advice, that kind of stuff. And it suddenly dawned on me, I wonder if the VOGTLAND shooting method, anchoring under your chin, could solve this woman's problem. Let's go find out. What do you think? Okay, here we are at Silver Spring State Park. Hey everybody, I was on Facebook Traditional Archers channel, and a guy was writing in saying, hey, my girlfriend likes to shoot right-handed, but she's left eye dominant. We all know what that means. It means that when you're trying to draw back traditional style like this, your left eye is way over here, which means between the target and the arrow tip, you've got this gargantuan gap. That gap translates into one thing, guys, one thing: error. You're deliberately introducing error. The farther your eye is away from the shaft, either to the side or even up above, the farther away it is, the larger the error is between where your eye is seeing the target and where the tip of the arrow is going. It looks like the tip of the arrow is right on the target right now. No, it's way over there. It's pointing way off that way. So what you're trying to do in any style of archery is you're trying, with your normal dominant right eye, right-sided, you're trying to get your eye as close to being right down the arrow shaft as possible. You're going to put up with string walking, you're going to put up with being elevated over it, provided you can put the tip of the arrow on. But when you bring in the left eye and you're anchoring like this, you're doomed. How could you possibly reconcile that? You could never get good, you'll be frustrated. So we're going to see if the VOGTLAND shooting method, anchoring under the chin, the same thing as Olympic archers do, see what that actually does to this guy's girlfriend. She's going to anchor on the right side, draw back under her chin, and now watch. When you're drawing back under your chin and looking from the back, here's what's happening. Your eyes are turning sideways, but they're also getting closer and closer and closer, being right on top of each other. Watch me right here. Now watch as I look at you and I'm turning sideways. My left eye and my right eye are nearly on top of each other. So then it becomes actually quite trivial. Just tilt your head a little bit and suddenly you're looking down the left edge of the string. Here's what the VOGTLAND shooting method looks like. If I'm right eye dominant, I draw back under my chin, I look down the left edge of the string, and I put the tip of the arrow right on the target. See where my right eye is? This is my left eye. Perfect alignment over the top of the arrow. Now let's see what happens if I try to use my left eye. My head is turning, but my eyes are still looking this way. They're getting closer and closer to being on top of each other, so that all that's required is I cock my head a little bit more, which is possible because when you're anchoring under your chin, you're behind the string. You have the luxury of being able to tip and use your left eye if you need to. Here's what it looks like. Right eye dominant, left eye dominant. Let's see if this works. That doesn't seem so bad. We're going to shoot at a 10-meter target. You make sure it's right in the middle. Step one in the VOGTLAND shooting method, choose your gap. I'm going to start with my 20-meter gap. I'm going to go down a whole finger, make it wider to bring the back up for a 10-meter shot. You remember that from previous shows. Clarification, remember with string walking, what you're doing is essentially adjusting the elevation of the arrow from the rear instead of from the front. That you're lifting the rear of the arrow up to make it go shorter. You're pulling the rear of the arrow down to make it go farther. How are you doing that? By creating this gap between the knocking point of the arrow, which always is in the same place on the bowstring, and your drawing point of your index finger where you're pulling. By increasing that gap, you're effectively lifting the back of the arrow up so that the tip points down and it shoots a shorter distance. With VOGTLAND string walking, it's typically a 10-meter interval gap of a half a finger for distances longer than 20 meters. But when you're inside 20 meters, what you find out is that half finger only buys you about a 5-meter change in distances. So that to go from 20 to 10, I need to go 2 half fingers, 5 meters, 5 meters. I need to go 2 half fingers or a whole finger wider to lift the back of the arrow up enough that I put the tip down enough that I'm shooting 10 meters point on instead of 20 meters. Back to the video. Now, I'm going to draw back under my chin. I'm going to look down the left edge of the string, but this time with my left eye, like this. Look down the string, put the tip of the arrow right smack on the center of the target. Oh, by the way, you guys are about to see this for the first time. I have never shot this. This is completely uncut. So if it's a huge fail, you get to see it and laugh at me. But if it works, let's give it a try again. Step 1, choose your gap. 20-meter gap to start off. Add a finger for 10 meters that I lost. Step 2, Ladybug, come here. Come here. Draw back under your chin. Step 3, look down the left edge of the string, only with your left dominant eye. Step 4, put the tip of the arrow right smack on the center of the target. Step 5, small motion release. That worked! Let's do it again, only without talking. Step 1, choose your gap. Step 2, draw back under your chin. Step 3, look down the left edge of the string, but with your left eye. Ladybug, come! Step 4, put the tip of the arrow right smack on the center of the target. Step 5, small motion release. How cool is that? So, for that friend of ours out on the traditional archery show, give this shooting technique a try with your girlfriend. Let her be right eye dominant. Correction, left eye dominant, right-handed. Back to the video. Do string walking to determine your range by lifting the back of the arrow up. Do string walking to determine your range. Draw back and anchor under your chin, because this gives you the ability to use either your right eye or your left eye. Step 5, make a small motion release. Girlfriend out there, give that a try. You may find that you really enjoy this shooting method because it gives you the ability to control the range very precisely, and everything else is the same. Look down the left side of the string, put the tip of the arrow on the target, and make a small motion release. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Mark Vogt with VOGTLAND Outdoor. Please, I'm getting about 2 subscribers a week right now. This is so cool. It's starting to pick up because it's summer. People over in the UK are really enjoying it. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I did in the Vegas shoot in my next episode. We'll see you out there. Bye. So I was shooting just now, and all of my arrows, just practicing for tomorrow, and all my arrows went in pretty good, and then one of them made the strangest noise. I got to show you guys this. They're just centered around. It's only the 3rd round. I'm still warming up. But check this out. You see that? I shot into somebody else's head. That's not my arrowhead. My arrowheads look like this. So I literally shot, that's the strangest kind of Robin Hood. I shot somebody else's head right down into mine. Let's see if I can pop it off. Don't know, oh God, that's not coming off. Anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. Ruined my arrow, unless I can get it off. See ya.